Welcome to our home. It's morning here, and we just finished meditating and saying a prayer and asking that love can come through this video. So here we go. This little time together is about holding on to hope and believing in miracles. And, we really need that right now. There's a lot going on in our country that is making a lot of people unhappy as far as the masks. We're still wearing our masks, by the way.
Just not right now.
No, we're not wearing it right now. So I wanted to tell you this story about miracles. A couple came to see us in counseling. This was a number of years ago. And their son had been addicted for 7 years, from the time he was 16 years old. And he could no longer live at their home because he was so addicted, and his behavior was so bizarre. So he was out on the streets, and he also spent a year in jail. Back out again, and they were, you couldn't understand this is their child, and you never ever stop loving your child, and being concerned about them, no matter what they're going through. But they had lost hope, and they weren't sleeping well, and they were really having a hard time in their lives. That's why they came to us, and we suggested that they say a prayer every single day and ask God to help. And then at the end of the prayer, that they look at each other and each of them speak something that they loved about their son. Maybe it was a memory from when he was 3 or 4, just something that they loved. And then also how they would feel when he was fully in recovery. So they agreed to do this, and we encouraged them to have hope. So they did this for 6 months, no change whatsoever. They would get little reports from people who would see their son on the streets. Things were looking really, really, really bad. But they kept up with this. And then after 6 months, their son called. It wasn't anything dramatic, but he just called to say hello. And then a couple of weeks went by again, and they started having more and more contact. Not a great contact, but still for them, just the fact that it was a contact was good. And then after 6 months, 6 more months, so it had been a full year, he called and said, "I need help." And that began the most beautiful healing journey for him and for them. And the miracle really happened. And the reason I'm telling you this is that sometimes we just lose hope completely. It's been so long. And we need to keep holding on to that miracle. And we need to keep holding on to that miracle for our country too, and this pandemic. So such a beautiful song.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, it's the important thing, of course, is to realize that the divine presence is always here. That God is always here, whatever you call it. God, universal truth, divine love is always here. So you can ask, for whatever miracle you're needing. You can ask, knowing there's this presence all around you and inside you. And so I'm going to share a song that sings just about that. I feel all alone, with no one to help me, like a child without a home, with no comfort near me. I just couldn't hear you. You seemed so far away, so numb I couldn't feel you. Didn't know you're here to stay, but you're here, God, all the time, here with me all the time. You're here, God, all the time, here with me all the time. You're here all the time, God. You're here with me all the time. You're here all the time, God. Here with me all the time. You're here all the time, God. You're here with me always. You're here all the time, God. You're here with me always. You're here all the time, God. Here with me all the time. You're here. So please close your eyes and feel that this living presence of the divine with you every moment, every breath. So breathe in the presence of God, breathe out the presence of God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We are sending you a lot of love. And also we're sending a lot of hope. We've been in this pandemic a full year now. It's not over by any means. But let's keep hope that we can move into a brighter future and be with people and even not have to wear the masks. But right now, wear the mask.
And remember that there's a miracle in every breath you take. And we love you with all our hearts.